we found that the easiest is to go this way, but once I get that tacked, everything else kind of falls into place. But awesome, we are done. Let's go ahead and go inside and take a look. So we've been talking a lot about the tinted roof PPF, which is actually UV protected, IR protected, and on top of that, it is a paint protection film, so it protects this giant glass right here. But what we don't realize is how big and vast this area is. On top of that, we've done it for the Cybertruck, we've done it on the 3 and all the other models, and the Model Y is actually quite large. I mean, it goes about 62 inches this way, and about 48 or somewhere around there. I mean, it is actually thinner in the back and it gets wider in the front. And on top of that, there's a lot of convex everywhere that just kind of, you have to design it in a certain way because it can't just be flat. Because if you have it flat, you're gonna get something called ripples, or we call it fingers, right? I call it wrinkles for layman's terms. But basically, it's not gonna go away or it's gonna be harder to install. So we have to design a little differently with that in mind. And that's kind of what we do for DIY stuff. So we're gonna show you how we install this. This is one of our first prototype design. We've done about a few others, and then we try to get someone in our team that have very little experience to kind of get a gist of it. And if they are struggling with it, we kind of try to rethink some of the stuff. So I already have this glass cleaned out. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make sure that it is clean for sure. I just saw something there. But yeah, basically we're just gonna go ahead and just spray it down. When installing this, you definitely wanna be indoors. You do not wanna do this in any capacity outside. This is gonna be, and I would highly recommend, actually we're gonna make it a requirement to bring a friend to help you, or a spouse, or your whoever, to do this. So we got it all hydrated. The first thing is you want to try to figure out the orientation. So this is wider, I'm pretty sure, because it kind of goes like this. Yep. Yeah, yep, I got it. There we go. Watch your step. There we go. And then I'm gonna grab the bottom. There we go. Okay. We found that the easiest is to go this way. And all you're trying to do, the priority is trying not to touch this back glass. That's really the #1 priority. Get this all laid down. Okay. That's so you want to kind of do the same workflow where you did it first. Nice. So tack that down. And right there, it was kind of not really moving. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. Okay. Start off kind of, all right. And then the alignment right here is actually pretty dang good, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and spray. Okay, you're just gonna, you got it, or you want me to? Okay. You good?
Yep, that's perfect.
All right. So we're just trying to be inside the line, probably about what, 1 millimeter maybe? It doesn't catch when you do that. Are you moving pretty freely over there? Oh yeah, that's good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start first since I have the Tack solution right here. Okay, so basically, same thing, but you're gonna have to stretch. And the reason why, guys, is because there's a convex in this glass. And what that means is there's a curvature right here. And when you do that, it takes all the fingers out right there. So this is doing the same thing.
Right.
Yeah, I got you. That area is kind of getting stuck. So we're gonna just make sure it's all good. And then we're gonna test it again, right? There you go. It's a little bit harder to stretch than our prototype, huh? Just a little bit though. All right, so once, that's called a pre-stretch. We're just testing the waters right there. Now all these bubbles we wanna get rid of. And then same thing that I did on the other side, we're just gonna make sure. Right. Great. And move all that. There you go.
Better.
All right. Okay, what I'm doing is that middle, I got that tacked. Oh, almost lost it. But once I get that tacked, everything else kind of falls into place. All right, so we got the back down, you got that down? Work on it. And then the main thing, guys, is not to go back, okay? Especially for tacked area. Just gonna go ahead and go down the middle and kind of create a middle right here. Okay, and look at this line. It's actually like perfect. But notice I'm just doing it every like 6 inches or so. Love it. All right, so I want to try to get there ASAP. So today is actually a pretty humid day. And the shop temp is actually not too bad. But regardless, it's pretty humid, which makes it a little bit harder. So I would actually use definitely a lot of slip, okay? And what we're doing is we're letting it travel across underneath the film. And that's where I think PPF and vinyl is slightly different, right? Like you got the vinyl with a little bit more cleaner one stroke. PPF is a little bit more like 6 inches or something like that. Every 6 inch you're kind of squeegeeing. And you want even strokes. I mean, both will overlap, but definitely want this nice 50% overlap, and then again, away from wherever you tacked. You're kind of reading, also kind of feeling where the water is going. And that allows it to be perfectly aligned. So I think, I wouldn't say the install is easy, but it's also not hard. I think it's highly manageable. We wouldn't bring it to market if we felt like it was impossible to do. But I'm gonna go ahead and do a real quick wipe down. When you do this, be careful of the edge. Don't let your microfiber catch it. So always escape, but don't enter it back in with your microfiber. You see this? Okay, there's a couple areas right here where it has some wrinkles. And what you can do is use your microfiber to dry it out. There's a channel right here, so sometimes it holds a lot of that water, and that's kind of why. But awesome, we are done. Let's go ahead and go inside and take a look. So this is what it looks like from the inside. Honestly, it's not a whole lot of difference, but I think that's the thing, right? For people who don't want to necessarily feel the difference, but want some of, I guess, additional heat rejection, IR rejection, and actually most importantly, a lot of the newer Teslas, by the way, come already with some of the UV and IR rejection. So I'm not going to claim that that's what you're going to get because you already have that, but I do think that it is also providing that outer layer protection. So now your glass right here, especially on a Model Y that's really, really long and large, protected from rock chips and really anything that hits it. So This is what it looks like. It typically takes about 24 hours in the sun to bake for all the adhesive to kind of dry out completely. And then it should be pretty dang clear, and now it's all protected. But like I said, can't really tell a whole lot of difference on the 71% because again, 71% of the light goes through, so it's a very light kind of tint. So hopefully you learned a thing or two. This is kind of a new product. We try to work with our manufacturer on this, something that's a little different. So you can't actually put normal PPF because this is a laminate for a lot of the Tesla glasses. So it has to be specifically for the roof because there's a thermal expansion that happens which could cause some cracks and stuff like that. So this one was specifically designed for the roof in mind, and that's why it has the UV and the IR rejection. So if you have any questions, let us know in the comments below, but we'll see you later.